Hey, it is Upping Your Blues game number 8. Before I get started, I want to show you my new strap. Look at that. It's beautiful, right? It's like a Japanese kimono. And the reason I got this is because, if you didn't know, unlike most other countries, the Japanese school year ends in like February, March. So I'm making the rounds. I'm playing in the graduation ceremony for these colleges I work for, right? And the ladies come in kimonos. They're really beautiful. And so I wanted to sort of match that vibe. And so I'm going around to all the ceremonies and playing guitar, and at the end getting pictures with the kimono ladies, and it's really fun. Anyway, so this is a great company, Spice Note, Japanese company. So I suggest you check them out, because if you want like something kind of different, like this kind of thing, you should check them out. So I'll post the link on the description of this video. Okay. Anyways, I got a text from somebody on my Patreon page, and I'll read it to you. It says, "Hey, Chris, I checked out your natural blues recording, and I really like it." Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You end on a really strange chord, and I wanted to know what it is and how you came up with that. Yeah, that's right. And that's because just like anything else, you don't want to repeat yourself constantly, right? If you're going to play a bunch of blues songs, why would you want to end on the same chord every time? That's not cool. So you change it up, And sometimes, if I'm in the mood, I'll play something a little bit unusual, right? I'll get to what I played in that particular song, but let's just start from the beginning, okay? So when we play the blues, it's going to go the 5 chord, the 4 chord, the turnaround, and then you're going to end on the chord of the key you're in. And in the case of natural blues, and we've been working on that in these videos too, right? A blues in A, it's going to go E7, D7, turnaround, and then we end on A something, right? So the general way, the first thing that most people would play, or you should play, would be from E turnaround, right? And the general way that we end is just like an A, and we play the 7th up here. And that's pretty standard, fair way of ending it. So let me try that. I'm going to, over the E and the D chord, I'll play different stuff every time. I don't really know what I'll play, but the point isn't really that. The point is really what we end on, okay? So we're going to try to discover a bunch of chords that we can use for endings. Right, so so what I played here, besides the E and the D chord, I went like this. It's going to be 1, right down the scale. And then in that case, I just played A7 like this. And that's okay, but it's just okay. We don't want to be okay. We want to be we want to always do our best. So there's better, funner things that you can do. Now let's just go through the list here. There's no real, order necessarily, but a lot of times, maybe the most common one would be right. A9 would be like really common. Let's listen to that. right, so that's pretty normal, but we don't have to play it up here. This is kind of a good one just because the fifth is on the top. And we can play a ninth like this too. That puts the ninth on the top, but the ninth on the top, it feels like it wants to do something else a little bit, but that might be okay. Let's just check it out and see if you like it or not. So that's pretty cool. Next up, let's see what would be next up. Like A13. That would be pretty cool. And this has got the root on the top, right? So it gives a sense that it's really over because that root has got so much musical gravity, right? Let's check that out. Right, so that's pretty cool. Next up, what if we put the ninth on top of that 13? I like this voicing a lot. I think I have other videos in Harmonic Snack about this voicing. Because, you know why? Because the root's here, right? If we put the root here and move the whole thing up like this, it turns into a sharp 9, sharp 5 chord. We can try that too. Let's see what happens. All right, so I'll do them both. I'll do the one with the ninth on top first, and then the one with the sharp 5 on top second. All right, I like that sound a lot. Let's listen to the other crazy one. I'm not sure. I mean, what do you guys think? Usually we use this voicing for this A7 when we go to the 4 chord, right? Because you can go like this. Right? But as an ending chord, I'm not quite sure. But I mean, you could maybe get away with it. I mean, if you had like a horn section, it might be cool because everybody would be playing it, and it would sound like it was right because everybody was playing it like the whole horn section. Then it might be kind of cool. So anyways, let's go on. So we did A13 with the ninth on top. A69. Now we have two choices here. Look, if we think of the root here, this is A, right? We can go like this. And that's got a lot of scratch really over it. It's so inside sounding. It's like it, and it's kind of shiny sounding. Right? I kind of like it. There's no dissonance at all. Nothing. All right, so that's pretty cool. Next up, so look at. I'll show you something cool about 6/9 chords if you didn't know. Right, so same thing that we did last time. There's the A root. If we look at the A root here, we just move the whole thing up there, and it has the same sound because it's all fourths, right? So both these are A6/9. Now, but this has the fifth on top, so it's not quite as like inside sounding, even though it's inside sounding. But I mean, it's got the fifth, so it's not like the root sitting on the top, which is like, it's like when you put you want to put a big period in a sentence or something. Like you want to emphasize that it's over. You make the period real, when you're writing by hand, you make it a real dark, big circle. But so that's what this sounds like. This is not, it's like a normal period, right? Let's try it. Well, what if we used them both, just for the fun of it? So that's a pretty cool idea. I like that idea. Next, okay, now we're going to get to sort of like the weird territory. Now, this is the chord that I actually used on the recording. And I like this voicing a lot. I think, again, I used this voicing in one of my harmonic snack lessons. So look, here's 13, right? If we put the flat 9, it's right here. So it's going to be like this. I like this because it's kind of like a question mark in a way. Is it really over? I mean, it's the root chord, right? It's a tonic chord, but I mean, I guess that's just my personality, right? I mean, these are just ways to sort of express your personality, and I think this is, for me, this is pretty much my personality. Let's check it out, okay? Now, again, just like we did with a lot of these other chords, look, I can take this one. Here's the root down here, right? If I think about the root here, and I move it up there, this is an A7 sharp 9, like what Jimi Hendrix does, right? But I got the 5th on the top. This is a pretty cool sound too. I mean, because sharp 9 works pretty good as a tonic chord. Right? Let's check it out. Right? So maybe there's a way to combine those two. Sounds good. I like it. So I'd say that's where we did. That's A7 flat 9. We can do A7 sharp 9. It's the same thing. Here's 813. 13 sharp 9. Now we could try it. I don't know what it's going to sound like, but here's the root here, right? But if we put the root here again, we go like this. Well, I don't know, but we can try it, right? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I mean, use your own judgment, right? Now let's do something. This is sort of this is like the Chris Jurgensen sort of exclusive crazy chord. You can hear this in my song Voodoo Science. And this is just a voicing that I like from the half a whole diminished scale. It goes like this. It's creepy sounding. It's really creepy. So if you got a creepy blues, why not use this one? Yeah, I don't even really know what to call this chord because it's got the root, the sharp 11, and then the fifth is right there. Half step away, that's why it rubs. Sharp 9 on the top. So this is like, it doesn't have the flat 7 in it. So, but I mean, the way it functions is as a dominant chord. So I mean, I think it's safe to say it's A7, sharp 9, sharp 11. But it's from like half whole diminished, so it's kind of, you know. That kind of crazy sound. But anyways, these are a lot of good choices, right? And there's no good reason that you have to always end on the same kind of chord. So it's good to mix it up. But, I thought about this a little bit. I had never really considered this, except for I have a song that I wrote for my daughter a long time ago, Sweet Melissa, and I ended on a major sounding, a major chord, not a dominant chord. But, originally, I don't think the tonic, I'm not a music history expert, but I think that probably in the old days, I don't know that these were even dominant chords, the tonic chord. There's no telling. So, in a lot of blues, I mean, if you listen to like Blues for Alice, it's a major 7 chord, right? So, I mean, there's no reason why you can't really consider that tonic chord like a major sounding chord, not a dominant chord. So, I mean, you could try stuff like this maybe. It's pretty, right? Major 9. Why not? Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, so that's what we got. So I'll get back to the motifs and stuff. I have like really interesting one coming up pretty soon. But I've been working on it myself. So these lessons have been good for me because I have to like sort of pull out these motifs from my bag of tricks and work on them again, and it's really good. So the next one is kind of hard, but that's why I'm working on it. It's gonna take me a few more days to get it together. So anyway, try this out and tell me how it goes. And if you need the PDF, you can get that on Patreon. Okay. Remember, by joining Patreon, you're helping me out because it's $5 a month, and that $5 goes a long way. It helps me, upgrade my equipment and buy stuff and make these videos better. And my goal really is not just to, make videos and monetize it. My bigger goal is to make quality guitar lessons available to people all over the world that can't afford to go to a school like I did, So that's what my goal is here. So by becoming a member, you help me out in that goal, So be part of the dream, and let's do it together. All right. If not, that's okay. Everybody has a different kind of situation. But if you want to help me out, go ahead and join that Patreon page, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to leave a comment or advice because I'm always looking for new ideas, right? So if you have something you want to work on or something cool that you want to study, just let me know.